Don't you just love it when scraps from a previous project inspire your current project? We're gonna make a rolling pin sander. Stick around. What's going on? Welcome to this episode of Homebuilt Workshop. I hope you are doing amazing. If you happen to see the video that I made last week with the PVC storage rack, you'll remember I had a bunch of these offcuts from when I had to drill out the holes for the PVC pipe with a hole saw. These things have been kicking around for a couple of days. It's given me an idea. Since my brain has been focused quite a bit on my acoustic guitar build, and I'm at the stage where I need to get the sides bent, I'm kind of looking ahead on that project, and I know that I'm going to have to sand those sides. Now, there are some pretty cool tools out there called rolling pin sanders. You can buy them from some commercial manufacturers, but I thought if I stick a bunch of these together, I'd end up with something pretty close to a rolling pin sander. All we need to do is figure out a way to make it operate with some sort of a handle. I think that's what we're going to do with these offcuts. Let's see if we can pull this off. So here's my thought. Since these already have a 1/4 inch hole left in the center from the hole saw, I think if I use a long 1/4 inch bolt or maybe a piece of threaded rod, I can glue a bunch of these together to make basically the sanding drum. I can leave a piece sticking off the end that we can chuck into a drill, and that would work for just the drum. On this end, I think I will make maybe some smaller pieces just like this. We'll use a smaller hole saw, mount some bearings in there, and we can extend that out to make sort of a handle. That way we can use this as our rolling pin sander. To clamp everything together, at least for now, I'm going to use this piece of 1/4 inch threaded rod. I've got a nut with a washer on here. We'll just run this down far enough where we can slide all of these pieces on, put another nut and washer, tighten it down once we've applied some glue, and that'll hold everything together. I probably won't use the threaded rod in the final. I'm going to see if I can find some 1/4 inch round stock that we can tap to a specific length. But for now, this is going to get us rolling until we can find some other materials. One thing I want to do is to drill a small recess in the 2 outer discs. That way when these are in place, the nut and the washer can kind of be recessed down into the end. So I need to drill those out first, then we'll add some glue, clamp this all together. And throw the washer around too. Since I need the washer recess to be centered around the existing 1/4 inch hole, I'm going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit to line up the piece directly below the bit. Then, very carefully, without moving the piece, I'll switch out my drill bits to the appropriate sized Forstner bit, and then I can drill my hole. I'm going to bring the drill down to hold the piece in place before I touch it. That way, I don't move it and everything stays nice and centered. Now it's just a matter of applying glue to each piece and sliding it onto the threaded rod. There we go. Better wipe some of this squeeze out now. Looks like somebody got a little crazy with the glue. While waiting for this glue to dry, I'm going to make some more discs, but I'm going to use a smaller size hole saw. That way we can make the handle a little bit smaller diameter. That way it's more comfortable. I dug up a couple of bearings that I'm going to use on either end of the handle, but I want them to sit in a recess. So before I cut out some more pieces with the hole saw, I'm going to use a Forstner bit that's the same size as the outer diameter of the bearing and just make a couple of small recesses that'll be the end caps for the handle. Now, using the center pilot hole left by the Forstner bit, I'll use the hole saw to cut those discs out. I'm only cutting halfway through on this side. Once I get all the pieces cut halfway, I'll flip the piece over and finish cutting these discs loose. With the pieces glued up, now I need to sand these things nice and smooth. I'm going to use that piece of threaded rod chucked into my drill to spin the piece so I can sand it by hand. I want to be careful not to sand it too much. I don't want to put any grooves in there. I want to keep the edges nice and square. So I'm just kind of going slow and trying not to put extra pressure in one area over another. With both the sanding drum as well as the handle sanded nice and smooth, I'm just going to give it a couple of coats of shellac. My hope here in applying the finish is that it's going to allow the sticky back sandpaper to stick better as well as be removable when I need to change it. While that shellac was drying, I found a piece of 1/4-inch rod and added some threads to the end using a tap and die set. So now we have our custom length bolt. Well, I guess we need to cut that off a little bit, but let's see if we can assemble this. Instead of using a nut and washer on both ends, I decided to use a shaft collar on one end, and then I'll tighten it down against the shaft collar using a washer and a nut on the other. After tightening up the shaft collar, I'll tighten the nut down, which will secure the drum to the shaft. Now I'll add the bearings to our handle. Now these bearings are for a 1/2-inch diameter shaft. These are just some that I had around, and I'm trying to use what I have on hand. So in order to make that work with this 1/4-inch rod, I 3D printed some little inserts, little reducers, let's say, that'll fit right in there and allow us to use a 1/4-inch shaft with these bearings. Well, the handle turns, that's a good sign. After trimming down the 1/4-inch rod, I wrapped the piece in some sticky back sandpaper. My sandpaper of choice here is some Merca Gold 220. Hopefully that paper sticks on there, because we're going to try this out. Spins. There's a little bit of a wobble I can feel in the handle. I think I bent that just a little bit when I was threading the end of this rod. Feels like the drum is okay. I think it's just in that threaded portion. Let's try it anyway. We'll pretend this mold is our guitar or whatever it is we're going to sand. For demonstration purposes, we're going to sand this. That's awesome. I'm not going to sand too much on it because I don't want a bunch of MDF dust around, but I think that's going to work out great. Our rolling pin sander is complete. Make sure you are following along with the acoustic guitar build if you want to see this thing put to use pretty soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this and hope a previous project helps inspire your next project. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time. Whoa, whoa. Easy. Almost lost it.